Speaking of nerves, I haven't asked anyone this. I don't know why I just said this, but it was funny to me.
It's okay. I like it.
I like to talk about how actors, how their nerves manifest themselves. A teacher talked to me about this, and it changed my view. It's like, we all get nerves. How do they manifest? Figure out how that is and address them.
Okay.
If you get dry mouth, bring a glass of water.
Yeah.
If you shake, calm yourself. Take a couple deep breaths or whatever. Do you guys have nerves before auditions for any reason, or is it just old hat at you guys at this point?
No, not anymore. Yeah, but when I was an associate or an assistant back in the day, and it was like we would go to the tests, and Alexis and Christine would let me introduce the actors coming in. It was just a nice thing that they let me do. Like, they sat down at the table with all the executives, and I would bring the actors in one at a time. And I used to get really nervous about introducing the actors. Like, I was going to fuck up their name or something. And we were talking about this earlier. Like, I always would ask, or I learned to ask how you pronounce your name for me right before we go in, in an effort to be respectful to the actor. And to everyone else in the room, you know what I mean? Like, and that was like me presenting them, and I was like, I'm more nervous than you to say your name right now. They're like, shut the fuck up. Like, you're gonna be fine. And nothing's more nerve wracking or worse than those test rooms. Like, I
love you stealing they're like freaking out, and then you're stealing their freak out. They're like, no, this is my moment to freak out.
I'm gonna take all of that, and I'm gonna like just hold it for you.
But I feel like, okay, so you start a session, your first actor, you're probably like, whatever. If you go through your entire day of actors and you don't think you found the person, do you start to sweat a little bit? Do you start to get nervous?
No, because we have another session.
And then all those actors suck? Do you start to get nervous?
We have another session. Okay. Or we talk, or we get on the phone and we're like, listen, no one's reading this right. There's something off here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like let's talk about this. Like, why isn't this working?
Gotcha.
You know?
Oh, okay.
What's not working about it? Is it the kind of person, the type of person we're reading for this? Are they just not right tonally? Like, is it the language? Like, some people can't say this word and it's messing everybody up, and no one can get it out, and everyone's freaking out about this one word. And so sometimes
aggrandizing.
We will sometimes take the liberty to change the language if it's really messing everybody up, and we'll just say sorry, but like no one could say it.
So you kind of have,
unless it's Mercury. You got to be able to say that.
But you can't have unlimited time, though, right?
No.
Especially if you're doing like a TV show.
No, I've never run into.
You've never run into.
No.
Oh, okay.
Where we just couldn't find anybody.
Do you ever have like an actor come in that's so fucking nervous that it makes you nervous? And you're just like, let's calm down, George Basil.
Never, George. No, we have done upwards of 15 takes with people before, though, for them to get it out of their mouths to help them. Because I will say, we're putting a lot of people on tape for producers these days, and we don't have producers in the room.
Right.
If you shit the bed with producers in the room, there's very little we can do to help you.
Yeah, that's
But if we're putting you on tape for producers and we know you can do it, and you're just a bad auditioner or you're just having a day, then we will sit there with you and work with you. And the other actors are annoyed because they have to wait, whatever. But it is what it is. Like, if you do it and you do it well, and we say thank you so much, great job, then get out of there. You did a great job. Don't stick in your head about it. But we won't give up on you until we know we have a tape that's sellable for us.
Wait, did I just get some intel? When you get the take you like, you'll let people go.
Yeah.
So,
oh my
that's
God.
Always?
Yes.
Interesting. I feel like I just got some intel.
Why is that intel?
Because we always are like, if we're let go on the first one, did we completely fuck it up and we're so bad that...
No, it means we got it.
All right.
Yeah. Or you're not right.
Oh, okay. See, there's no answer.
But there's nothing you can do about not being right.
Yeah, I know.
You're just not right.
But I do always wonder that. I assume if you get more takes, you're more likely to get it. Because I audition mostly for commercials. And in that case, at a callback, I feel like when a director gives you more takes, he's seeing what you can do.
Yeah,
But this is all stupid because none of this matters and everyone's different.
Right. Yes.
There's no algebra equation for this.
Nope.
And my math brain hates that.
Yeah, there really isn't. And it's, sometimes if you're not right, but we see like potential in selling a different direction to our team, then we'll try again. You know what I mean? If we don't think that your read was good, but if your read was good and you're not right, we'll still. This is hard to articulate, but basically,
you'll file us away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we'll say, hey, he's totally different than what you thought, but he read it really well.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or vice versa, whatever. Like we won't, but if we know you're right, we won't let you leave until we have what we need to sell you, because at the end of the day, we need you guys to be great.
Right. That's how you get more work.
But that's not how we go. That's how we do our job.
Well, right. Yeah. You do
that's
your
how
job
we
and then you get more work.
Yes. That's how we get the project cast.
Right.
So we want you to do your best work in our space.
I feel like every one of us in the casting space says you have all these names. Like, you just know the people that you really like for whatever category, and it's in your head. You got a mind full of actors.
Sure. We do research at the beginning of every project, though.
Right, but like, you don't have if somebody does a really good job at something and you're like, they're not right for this, but they are fucking great, we love them.
Yeah.
Do you go to a spreadsheet and type that in, or do you just lock that in the back of your head?
You remember it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, given that, if I said some category right now, would you be able to name like 50 actors?
I mean, that's yeah, but like that's not
cool.
But also I have baby brain, so like I'm like, that girl that was in that movie with that guy who said that line like this.
Right. That's
Chrissy and I do that a lot.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like a lot of you guys do.
Yeah.
It's like you go to your teammates and you're like, wait, who was that one guy in the thing and the thought?
I'm like, Chrissy, no, he said it like this. He was like, and then she did this or whatever. And she's like, Kevin Bacon? I'm like, yeah. You're whoever.
So they're in there, they're just not specific, not every specific.
Names are the people that can recall names or can pull names quickly. That's a really interesting skill that not everyone has.
Right.
And it must be a particular part of your brain.
Right.
I have a memory for performances for specific lines, and I can remember faces and like tone.
Yeah.
But not necessarily someone's name off the top.
Sure. See, I feel like I would have a spreadsheet of him.
Yeah.
Just be like, this guy did this thing, because I do that anyways.
Well,
like
we take notes.
Well, of course.
On our sessions. So I will remember that someone came in for, whatever, Wayne episode 7 for that role, and I won't necessarily remember the name, but I'll go into my notes and be able to pick that person out immediately.
Oh, interesting.